Because of Donald Trump, America is now getting booed at every sporting event in Canada. America is now getting booed throughout the world where peace-loving democracies exist. America is isolated. America is despised. America is hated under Donald Trump. And look, I hear you in the comments and you say it's not about America, it's about Trump. And I'm grateful and I appreciate that. But let's be very clear. Donald Trump is unfortunately the psychopath who is steering this ship. About 49% of the voting population in America voted for this psychopath, criminal, sexual predator, sexual assaulter, despicable human being who's bankrupted everything he touched, and he's doing it here. Again, you have every right to boo. And as I've said before, we stand in solidarity with peaceful, democracy-loving countries across the globe. Let me share this with you right here. The first clip I shared with you was the boos that were taking place at the Clippers-Raptors basketball game. Now I'm going to share with you what went down at the Calgary hockey game. Let's play the clip. Okay, now I want to share with you what went down as Canadians boo the national anthem in Ottawa. Here, play this clip.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the pear.
Just so you're able to hear those boos again, let me play you just a longer clip now from that Clippers-Raptors game during the national anthem. And look, the person singing it was just doing, her job. So, to that I feel a little bad, but I understand where it's coming from. Here, just watch this clip. Let's play it.
8-year-old Kyra Daniel.
And just so you all know, like, this wasn't always the case. In fact, it was quite the opposite. Canada and America were the best of friends, the strongest of allies before Donald Trump took over and is now trying to conquer Canada. Like, let's be clear on what Trump is trying to do. He said it in his post. He said that he wants to make Canada feel this pain, and he wants to declare this economic warfare on Canada so they submit and that he can annex Canada. I mean, he is a psychopath. He thinks like Putin. That's what he's doing. So I remember when America was a democracy, and it's hard for me to say that now because we're not. We're an authoritarian regime under Donald Trump. That's what it is. It's like Putin. That's what the United States of America. We're going to fight like hell to stop that and to bring back our democracy here. But make no mistake, we have oligarchs running the show with Donald Trump ruling like a dictator in our country, and spineless Republicans and a freaking spineless corporate media. But this right here was from last year or so, and the singer was singing the national anthem. The mic went out and the fans finished the song in Canada because they loved America. And they were rooting for the singer. They were rooting for America. Here, play this clip. This is a year ago or so. Play this clip. That's what it was once like. Now, under Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and these MAGA Republican fascists here, let's be very clear and not normalize this, call it what it is. I get why we're loathed. I get why the United States is detested. Right here is J.D. Vance, Donald Trump's VP pick. This is him on Fox, basically our state TV now, the way Putin has Russia state TV. America has Fox that puts out these propaganda messages. And here J.D. Vance talks about how he thinks America is going to use force to take over Greenland, even if Europe screams about it. Play this clip.
The president has so many bold ideas, from the possibility of acquiring Greenland, putting up this Iron Dome in America, taking back the Panama Canal, renaming the Gulf to the Gulf of America. Do you expect the U.S. to acquire Greenland?
I think it's possible, Maria. So here's the thing that I think a lot of folks don't appreciate about Greenland. It's really important to our national security. There are sea lanes there that the Chinese use, that the Russians use, that frankly, Denmark, which controls Greenland, it's not doing its job and it's not being a good ally. So you have to ask yourself, how are we going to solve that problem, solve our own national security? If that means that we need to take more territorial interest in Greenland, that is what President Trump is going to do, because he doesn't care about what the Europeans scream at us. He cares about putting the interests of America's citizens first. There's another angle to this whole Greenland thing, Maria, that people don't realize. You've got probably 55,000 people living on Greenland who are not actually happy with Danish government. They've got great natural resources there. They've got an incredibly bountiful country that the Danes aren't letting them develop and explore. Of course, Donald Trump would take a different approach if he was the leader of Greenland.
And the odds of the...
Now, as you watch that, the language, it's very similar to what Vladimir Putin just said on Russian TV about how Europe's going to kick and scream, but Putin says Europe should submit and kiss its master's feet, referring to the United States. Play this clip.
Что изменилось, что ли, со времен Байдена? Да ничего не изменилось. Они с удовольствием выполняли любой приказ со стороны Вашингтона при Байдене. Просто им Трамп не нравится, они с ним боролись активно, да, реально вмешивались в политическую жизнь, предвыборный процесс в Соединенных Штатах, а потом растерялись, когда Трамп вдруг выиграл. И потом Байден ментально им больше нравился, понимаете, ментально. А у Трампа другие представления о том, что такое хорошо, что такое плохо, в том числе в этой гендерной политике, в некоторых других вопросах, им как бы не нравится это. Но я вас уверяю, Трамп с его характером, с его настойчивостью, он наведет там порядок довольно быстро. И все они, вот увидите, это произойдет быстро, скоро, все они встанут у ноги хозяина и будут нежно помахивать хвостиком.
To be clear, when Putin says that, he knows how he's manipulating Donald Trump there, right? He's telling Donald Trump that he's the master of Europe. Putin knows that Europe will stand against Donald Trump. What Putin's doing there is pitting Trump against Europe. Trump will easily take that bait. Europe's going to have to defend itself against Trump. France is going to already put troops in Greenland like it said it was going to. Other places in the European Union, other countries, they're going to now place military defense against American invasion. Putin knows exactly what he's doing there. And while the booing is taking place, while all of that's happening, we now are starting to get mass protests across the United States of America. This is what was taking place in our backyard in LA. Anti-ICE protesters on the streets with Mexican flags and with signs about the horrific treatment of migrants, as Donald Trump and his authoritarian regime have said that they will take women and children and throw them into concentration camps in Guantanamo Bay, where they're setting up a concentration camp right now. That's what's taking place. Here's the protest. Let's show you. While all of this is going on, Prime Minister Trudeau gave that incredible speech uniting Canada. I think Trudeau's speech will go down in history as one of the most powerful speeches ever. Canada's ready to fight. This is where Prime Minister Trudeau's like, which Americans wake up and say we want to fight Canada other than Donald Trump and his group of MAGAs? Here, play this clip.
I think Canadians are a little perplexed as to why our closest friends and neighbors are choosing to target us instead of so many other challenging parts of the world. I don't think there's a lot of Americans who wake up in the morning saying, oh, damn Canada. Oh, we should really go after Canada.
And now Canada not just imposing retaliatory tariffs against the United States, but also various Canadian provinces banning U.S. products, imposing their own tariffs on U.S. products. Nova Scotia ordering the removal of American alcohol from its shelves. Ontario ordering as well, removing American products from its shelves. Prime Minister Trudeau calling for a national boycott in Canada of American goods. Now is the time to choose products made right here in Canada. Check the labels. Let's do our part wherever we can. Choose Canada, to which Greg Abbott says, you better watch it, Trudeau, the MAGA Republican governor of Texas. And while all of this is going on, folks, we have Elon Musk, an unelected bureaucrat here in the United States, an unelected billionaire who has now seized control of the Treasury Department, the Office of Personnel and Management, and has access to sensitive, compartmented information, highly classified information. Elon Musk says that his team has shut down the payments to federal contractors and now has access to all of your personal information, social security data, you name it. Apparently, he has control of all of that right now. I just go back to this article that the MeidasTouch Network wrote back on October 29th, 2024, where we were explaining Trump ally Elon Musk warns of an economic collapse, but says that it's necessary, that he wanted to inflict hardship to ruin the country, destroy it, crush everybody's lives in America, and then rebuild it in his image, is what he said he wanted to do. And he said then it would get better if we were rebuilt in his image, but we needed to have economic collapse and calamity and markets crashing at first. Now is the time for pro-democracy communities to unite across the globe. And as I've said before, while I still have that microphone here, while I still have this platform, before, it's possible, who knows, with this climate, will we be silenced? Will we be thrown into concentration camps or gulags or whatever? We need to stand up right now, fearlessly right now, more than ever. There's nothing that's going to stop me for calling out that predator, that convicted felon, that criminal, the despicable human being that's leading our country, who we oppose, who we resist, who we stand in solidarity with anybody who's resisting that utter fool, that despicable person who's destroying our country right now. I appreciate all the well wishes. If you want to know what's the best way you can support this network, it's by subscribing now. And today, share this network with as many people as you can in your life. That's the best way that you can help. The more people who see this, the more we get the word out, the better. So thank you so much. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers. Thank you.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.